Hello everyone, so welcome back. In our previous demos, we have started building our order history app, right? So where we have had the server logs and we send all the data into the first initially when we created demo, we looked into the firehose, then we moved that particular server logs into the which is being generated on EC2 instance to the data streams, right? And in this section, we'll try to uh, create a table inside the DynamoDB, and whatever the generated data is being sent, okay, so it will create a table inside DynamoDB and we can view that particular data inside the DynamoDB. We have not yet covered the AWS Lambda, so what we'll do is we'll add the custom we have created customer.py file, okay, so which I'll be running into the EC2 instance, right? So with help of that, I'm directly sending the data from Amazon Kinesis data streams to the Amazon DynamoDB. And finally, at the later stage, we'll see how we can just integrate with the AWS Lambda, and we'll see the end-to-end movement of the data. So let's get started. Okay, so I'll just log into my AWS Management Console. Okay, so let's go to the let's search for DynamoDB. So let's create a table. So here let's give the table name as Cadabra orders. Okay, so here, so we need to add the partition key, that is a primary key. So here first, so primary key, I'll give the customer ID of the type number, and the sort key I'll give order ID. So here settings, let's keep it everything default. Okay, and let's click on create table. Yeah, you can see, so our Cadabra order table has been created. So so now what we'll do is let's try to go to the AC2 instance, right, so which we have created earlier, and to create the customer.py file, right, so to add into this instance, like what we'll do is first we'll check like what which type of version we have, right? So if you want to check which Python, okay, we'll be using a Boto 3, right? So so if I check Python version, Control X to C. So if we check which type of do we have Python 3, because Boto 3 will be using with the Python 3. Yeah, so we have a Python 3. So if we want to check, so we'll be using, so right now we don't have Boto 3, so we have pip. Okay, so we'll be using pip 3. So which pip 3, if we check, okay, so we have one pip 3. So let's try to install the Boto 3. So pip 3 install Boto 3. Yeah, it got installed. Okay, so if I want to check what is the present working directory, okay, it is a home AC2 user. Okay, so let's create credentials. Okay, so let's add a credential. Before that, let's create a directory mkdir dot aws. Okay, so here let's change directory to dot aws. So here let's add a nano credentials. Sorry, it's nano. So let's type here. So to add default, let's add the default AWS access key ID equals. So already I have created access key ID. So if not, you can just create it. So this is what the access key ID is. So don't worry, even I'll be deleting this the access key ID once this course is done. Okay, so make sure like you should not share this access secret key access key ID and even the AWS secret access key. So next is AWS secret access SACESS secret access key, and this is what the secret access key is. Okay, so let's save. So Control O, enter, and Control X. Okay, so we have saved in the nano credentials. Okay, so even let's so once saved, even we need a nano config. Okay, so we need even the config file. So nano config. So here let's try to add region default first. So region is US East 1. Okay, if any other region, you just try to change it. Okay, so Control O, enter, and Control X. So these all things we have done, right? So now let's move on to the CD, and if I do what is as in working directory. Okay, so even I check ls. Okay, okay, fine. So now let's try to get the customer.py file. Okay, with help of that, where we can just get the data being which is generated in this data stream into the DynamoDB, right? So for that, so let's try to add wget. So I already have this link, so which I'll be sharing with you, so you can directly copy and paste it over here. Let's try to get the zip file. Okay, so if I just check the ls, so we have this python customer.zip, right? So let's unzip that. So unzip uh, unzip consumer, not customer, so consumer dot. So make sure the caps. Okay, so I think it's caps dot zip. Okay, so if I do ls, so here we have a consumer.py file. Fine. So if you want to check, okay, what the code we have inside this, let's check nano. So C's caps here, consumer dot py. Okay, so here you can see, so we are using Boto 3. For that reason, we have installed the Boto 3. So here the kinesis setup. Okay, with help of the Boto 3 client, we are connecting with the stream. Okay, so let's add the stream name here. Okay, this is what the changes. C1 you need to make it. Okay, because I'm showing everything, so that if you want to customize, if you want to make any changes, you can just do it. Okay, so here the stream name which we generated. Okay, so if I go to the AWS, so to the kinesis, so this is the data stream which we created, right? So if I go to the data stream, so data stream name is orders history ds. Okay, so make sure you give the proper name so that we'll not get any errors. So it is order history ds. Okay, and shard id. Okay, let's keep everything default. So here we have dynamodb dot resource dynamodb, and dynamodb table is cadabra orders. So make sure we have c and o. Table name, let's check it if I've given the proper, yeah, so c and o. Okay, so these all things you should be very careful by giving the proper names. Okay, and so this is the DynamoDB setup, and this is a kinesis setup, and we are just doing a looping here, like whatever the records we are being received from the kinesis. Okay, it is sent to the DynamoDB table, and this is what the we have all the necessary um, column types, right? So which is a customer invoice number, and of the integer data type we have a customer and data. Okay, so this is what we have in the file. Okay, so this is not a necessary step because we have not completed the lambda functions, right? So for that reason we are using um, this script, okay, to so that we can just send the data directly from kinesis to the DynamoDB table. Okay, let's try to do Control O to save, enter, and Control X. Okay, so this is what our consumer.py file. So now let's try to change the mode of this. Okay, so before this, what we'll do, even let's try to add, even let's add here itself. Okay, so what we'll do, let's change mode. So change mode to A plus X of consumer. So C is caps here, right? So sumer dot py. Okay, so now let's try to run this. So let's try to run. So sum. The security token included is request is invalid. Okay, so I think it's very old security, or else I think I don't have this AWS. Yeah, so let's verify that. I think I'm getting error for that. So if I just go to the IAM, so to the users, yeah, I don't have those users. I have dog got deleted this. Okay, okay, I'll just get back. Okay, so by adding a new user, and I'll just give the access key and the password. Okay, so we'll start from there. So meanwhile I'll just rectify that, and I'll just start from the here. Okay, fine. So you can see, so I have just changed those settings. Okay, so right now my dot customer.py is being I just run this. Okay, so now let's try to add a new data. Okay, so what we'll do, I'll just go here and let's try to add one more session. Okay, so my recent sessions is not showing here, so what I'll do, um, okay, so let's try to connect it once again, so quickly, because I need, so if you have already saved the session directly, you can just open those one more there, but I have not opened, for that reason I'm not showing. So let's try to connect it. Okay, so let's try to generate. So let's open this side by side. Okay, so now let's try to generate the records. Okay, so we know how to generate the records, right? So we have executed so many times. So that is sudo slash be careful with the names. Okay, so that is log generator dot py generator.py, and then I'll pass the 100 records. You can see it is starting at the line because we in the previously we have just started so many records, right? So wrote 100%. Okay, so this is being run. Okay, so if I want to check, okay, so we know how to execute it. That is tail uh, slash var slash log slash AWS ESIS agent uh, slash AWS agent dot log to check the log files. So let's wait. Okay, it will take few minutes. Okay, uh, to load the data and get back into the DynamoDB. So I'll get back. Okay, so once it is successfully sent the records to destination, I'll just show you once it's being sent in the DynamoDB. So you can see, so here I run this file dot customer.py file. Okay, so here you can see it got started getting the table inside to DynamoDB. Okay, so with help of this consumer.py file, the script which we are run here, right? So it was waiting for the data which is being generated, that are the kinesis streams, data streams. So it got generated. So I've just opened one more um, here that with help of this putty. Okay, so I've just opened one more session. So in this session I've just created I've added the 100 log files, right? So it got generated. So simultaneously, so here the consumer.py file start reading the data which is being generated under the kinesis data stream, and that data is being sent to the DynamoDB. Okay, so you can see it's being sent. Okay, 100 records. So I'll just get back once all the records being sent, and I'll show you the output in the next section. So now let's go and check into DynamoDB. So I think this records has been sent successfully. So if I just directly open in the new tab, so the DynamoDB, so inside the DynamoDB, so if I check the tables, this is what the tables which we created, Cadabra orders. So yeah, so now you can just see all this monitoring and everything here, but let's try to export directly table items. Yes, yeah, so you can see, so data got added, and right currently returned items is 14. Okay, so it is being added over here. Okay, because you have sent 100 records, sorry, yeah, so it will take few more minutes, but I just wanted to show you the output. Okay, so that even you can just check it. So that I'll end the video. So this is how we uh, this is what our requirement was, right? So whatever the server logs which is being added, okay, so that is the order logs. Okay, so that is being sent to the kinesis data streams. Okay, so this is done being how it's done. So of course we have installed this kinesis agent. Okay, with help of agent, that data is being sent to the kinesis data streams, and all the security reasons, the KIM rules, that's already we have done in the previous demos, right? So with help of that we have just done. So next, now the kinesis inside this instance, even we have attached the consumer.py file. With help of that, whatever the data being sent inside data stream is being sent directly to DynamoDB, and this is what the output you are seeing here. Okay, so let's refresh. 50 items. Okay, fine. Yeah, so 14 itself. Okay, So this is how it's done. So finance airline bag. Yeah. It will take few more minutes. Okay, so I'll just end it. So you can just do a hands-on. You can just add generate more data, and you can just play around this.